All right, it's time for the second video in our mini-series all about cruising and casino comps.
Yep.
And this one is intermediate questions. So if you've had a couple of experiences, but you still have a lot to learn. Let's go. What's up? I'm Chris. Thank you again for checking out the video today. This is the second video in our mini-series. Of course, I'm here with my BFF of cruising, Jess, and the expert travel agent. And so we covered in the first video kind of beginner questions. If you haven't really gambled on a cruise ship before, if you don't really know where to start, there was a couple of questions that we answered that might get you underway. These ones are going to be a little bit more. So people who maybe they booked one already and they've got a couple more offers and they have more questions, because these will get a little bit more into the weeds.
Into depth, yes.
Yes, into depth.
Into depth.
There we go. Okay, so the first question is, what is a casino comp and what do I get with it?
Yeah, so I think there's like a couple of misconceptions. One is that we use that term casino comp to refer to so many different things, right? So when we're talking about comps, what we're mostly talking about are the free or discounted rooms that you get through gambling in the casino. And the thing is, they're not really free, right? Somebody pays for them. It's just not you, right? So basically, a comp room that the casino marketing gives you is basically a bet, right? That you're going to come on this cruise and you're going to lose more money in the casino than you would have paid them for that room.
Right.
And so there's and we'll talk a little bit about things like ADT and all these calculations they make to determine who to make that bet on.
Right.
But basically, at the end of the day, a casino comp is their decision to pay for your cruise fare in return for your expected loss in the casino. Right. So a couple of things about that. I think it just helps to understand this like on a conceptual level, especially to understand some of the more complicated parts of the program. So again, they're not free. They're just not paid by you, the cruise fare part. And then you will always pay taxes and fees.
Right.
The cruise casino marketing arm will give you the lowest priced cabin in each type of cabin. So for instance, if you get a balcony, they will give you the lowest priced balcony.
Right.
Okay, sometimes you'll get a guarantee cabin, which means that they'll pick the room assignment for you. But again, the casino marketing department is paying the cruise fare, you are paying the taxes and fees.
Right. And then again, further complicating matters is the word comp is kind of used for a lot of different things.
Yes.
Like a free play can be comp. Things like, even if, let's say, on other cruise lines, if you are gambling a lot, the host might come up to you and offer you like a steak dinner.
Yep.
That's a comp.
Carnival a couple of times. Yeah.
Because comp is complimentary.
Oh, see what you did there.
Yes. So that's basically, what makes it a little bit more hard to dig in and understand what exactly a comp is.
Right.
But everything has a dollar amount on it. So everything that the casino's giving to you is not just out of the kindness of their heart, right?
Right. It's a calculation on how much money they think they're going to be able to make. And there's a lot of science behind it. I mean, if you're nerdy, this is great stuff, right? Because there's so much that we know about how you can predict what people will, on an average, lose on a trip. And then from the Royal Caribbean side of things, they know how much the value is, the cost of it is to them.
Right, exactly. They know how much that they're going to spend and how much they think you're going to lose. Now, keep in mind, you're not getting comps based off of previous losses. Like you're not going to lose $3,000 on a cruise and all of a sudden get these amazing offers if your ADT doesn't reflect that.
Right.
ADT is the key calculation, and I've got a lot of videos on my channel that kind of tell you a little. Well, thank you. Yeah. That tell you all about what ADT is and how they're betting on you losing more. And I think it's kind of funny that a casino is actually gambling.
I know, right?
It's like, that's what they do.
Life is gamble, though, so I get it.
And maybe sometimes the house doesn't always win.
Not always.
Yeah. But eventually they do.
They do.
So the next question is, what is a comp for one versus a comp for 2.
Yeah. So with this program, originally, when you got a comp offer, that was for 2 people, cruise fare, 2 people's worth of cruise fare, in you would pay the taxes and fees.
Right.
And about, what do you think? That was like a year and a half, 2 years ago, they started rolling out these offers that were just a complimentary fare for one, the gambler, right? With a discounted fare for your second guest.
Right.
And so this is kind of what happens when, like, maybe the math isn't mathing quite enough for at your ADT level to give you a fully complimentary room, but they do want to help get you on board by giving you a discounted rate on your overall, on your cruise overall. So some people who are lower level gamblers who don't gamble quite as much will find that they're getting these comp fares for one. And so basically it means, again, with the casino marketing paying the cruise fare, and the guest paying the taxes and fees, it basically just means that instead of paying the whole cruise fare, the casino marketing is only paying part of it.
Right.
And then you, as the guest, as the gambler, pay the rest. Now, one thing that's really confusing about these, right? Oh, comp fare for one. You think, oh, I'm traveling solo, so that's all I need. But cruises are priced based on double occupancy. So if you have a comp fare for one, even if you go solo, you're still going to pay some cruise fare. But it's going to be vastly lower. So I've been actually gambling a lot for these kinds of comps on my instant certificates, because my cruise that would normally cost, like that one we're taking in March, would have cost me almost $3,000, but I'm only going to pay about $1,500.
Right.
So it really reduces the cost out of pocket to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also some of the things that is driving more of these for one offers is just the cost of cruising overall, right?
Exactly.
Because the casino is paying for these rooms.
Right.
So as the cost rises, your ADT has to get even better to compensate for that. And if it doesn't, you're going to fall below that threshold.
Right. Yeah. And we talked about that in a previous video. That's why you see some changes on the nature of offers, whether they seem to be better or worse at a certain level. And that's because the price of cruising is getting so high. And that's a factor in the calculation.
Yeah. And on the flip side of that, let's say that you have a cruise booked, you have a comp booked, you're all set and ready to go. But all of a sudden your TA, who's amazing, notices that the ship that you're sailing on really isn't that full. Well, guess what that does? That drives down the prices because it's algorithmically controlled.
That's right.
So the cost of your room may have fallen below, and it may open you up to be able to book to a higher category
to get
for little or no money. Right.
That's right.
So it can work in your benefit as well.
Yep.
I personally think that we're at a high watermark right now for cruise costs. I think they're going to start coming down again, and I'm not going to get into all the whys of that. But and then there's fuel prices.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's a different video.
Now we don't even really know what's going on.
Who knows?
But yeah, so I think that's a pretty cool insight into kind of how those offers are working right now.
Yeah.
So my friend or partner also gambles. What should we do? What do we need to know?
Yeah, so I get this question a lot from clients, and a lot of them say, well, both of us gamble. We're usually there at the same time. Should we just be gambling all on one card? And I mean, first there's the fact that is against the program's terms and conditions, and you get where they're coming from, right? Because that system is set up to track your play, get the data they need to make those decisions on what comps to offer you. They're business decisions.
Right.
So I get why they don't want you to do that. But there are actually a lot of reasons why you would want, if both of you gamble, to do your gambling on your own cards, on your own accounts. Not the least of which is the fact that with these comp fares for one that we just talked about, if, let's say, you have a comp fare for one and a sailing and I also do, we can combine those to make a fully comped fare.
We've done that.
We have done that. We did that on Utopia.
It was
right
amazing.
After it came out.
Yeah.
And so another situation, too, is sometimes when people travel with their families or more people, they want to be able to have multiple rooms. And so if you have multiple people getting offers, you have that option. So with the offers that you get, you'll notice that at the end of them, they have a number. So it might be 26MIX101, for instance. That one is the lowest number, means that's the best offer. That's a better offer. You're usually getting with ones, you're getting balconies, junior suites. They go all the way down usually to 8 or 9.
Yep.
And in the 6, 7, 8, 9 range, you're getting usually a lot of these buy one, get ones. Or as they, for some reason, decided to call them get one buy ones, which they call gobo. So if you ever call to make a booking and they start talking about gobos, you're like, what's a gobo? It's a BOGO, dude. Like, but that's how they train them, and I get it. It's fine. Everybody,
She hates that so
I hate
much.
it so much. It's a BOGO.
So it is a BOGO. Everybody knows it is a BOGO.
It's a BOGO. But so like, when you're gambling and you're getting those lower level offers that are a lot of BOGOs, having both people have the BOGO, you can combine. And then if you are higher level gamblers, so say you gamble a lot, you can either book 2 rooms, bring friends, bring your kids, or you can combine those offers for 2 and then you'll get an upgrade. So if you get an interior for 2 and I get a balcony for 2, we can combine those to get a junior suite.
Nice.
So I think there's a lot of advantage to having each person play on their own card, and it just gives you so many more options.
For sure.
Right. And so you can parlay that into a lot more possibilities.
Right. And, you know, if you're both drinkers too, right? Like, and you're
If
at
you
a
both
lower
get to
level.
prime, yeah.
Both get to prime, you both get drinks, and we all know how expensive cruise ship drinks are.
I know.
They are
Yeah,
very
very
expensive.
expensive.
And another thing that I know I've heard couples do is they'll both book adjoining rooms.
They will sometimes.
They'll stay
Yep.
in one room,
Right.
and then they'll use the second room kind of as double bathroom, dressing room,
right.
extra closet storage, because you know with more than one person in one of these rooms, it gets a little congested.
I know. I'm so used to being solo that whenever I'm with somebody else in a room, I'm like, ew, get your stuff out of here.
Can you sleep on the balcony,
Can you
please?
not be here?
Shout out to Joel.
Yeah, I know.
Your brother. He's great, by the way.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
My roomie.
So there you go. Those are some intermediate questions. Of course, we're gonna have the next one in the series, which is like now we're starting to get into
it.
the weeds. These are the ones, the advanced questions that you know, unless you are very well versed in the casino program, you might want to have a TA like Jessalynn handle your bookings, because you really can. You know when maybe you call the agent and the agent doesn't give you the answer that you know is right.
Yeah.
Like, you know that, right? A regular person may not understand that. They may just settle for that answer.
Yeah.
And maybe lose out on
After
something.
3 years of booking these, I've pretty much learned the ins and outs. Not that anything is written down, obviously, but it's really helpful to have somebody who knows the program. And not every TA likes to do casino comps, because it is a very different system to learn, and the commission is paid in a different way. We talked about this in a previous video. I get a flat rate commission based on the type of cabin, but it works for me because I know the system so well, and I've developed a system to work around it. So that's one of the reasons. And also, I like knowing about the system, and I like finding the little tricks, like you were talking about upgrades earlier, cheap or free upgrades. I like trying to get those possibilities too.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. So just so you know, if you do decide to go the travel agent route, you're not going to pay for that. Well, at least with Jessalynn and some others that I know, you're not going to pay that. They're compensated by the cruise lines. So it's really great to have someone like Jessalynn in your corner. And of course, you can visit her website too, letsbookyourcruise.com. There's a ton of amazing resources there. And don't forget, if you want to be notified when the next video, the advanced video, comes out, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, and make sure you have the notifications clicked on.
Notifications.
No vacations anymore for you guys.
Sorry, we're getting a little silly.
We are. As always, thank you so much for watching.